body. But remember, hydration right now, especially with this COVID-19, we know that it's attacking the lungs, but what a better way. And everybody's looking for the magic button and the magic pill and the magic potion and remember, there's no magic. But what we've been designed with and what we have the capabilities of is starting with water.
Yeah.
Water is our life force.
Yes.
And yet at the same time, I would go just a step further, that keep drinking those waters that you're most comfortable with, that you feel protected by drinking. But I would say let's take it a step further right now, and that is to add those essential electrolytes back to that water, because remember, we were not designed to live on bottled, filtered, distilled RO water.
Right.
That we've removed all the the contaminants, yes, but we've removed all the minerals too.
And the minerals is the energy, is the life source, is what gives that's what repairs lungs. That's what keeps lungs healthy. And people don't even understand that or know it, because nobody teaches that. And that's why I wanted to have you on, because it's so simple. It's so inexpensive. And I mean, I just started my company, and it was to go and help, keep the labor worker hydrated, and the first responders, right? And so I just launched that, and then this whole thing happens. And so I've taken a direction where I'm like, okay, you know what? I trust God and everything. And I have all of this product. I have all of these electrolytes and minerals that I can, get out to the public, because I have it already. I had it launched to go to businesses, but now I'm kind of redirecting during this time, because I feel like it's a calling, because it's so simple, it's so inexpensive, and it's so easy. You just add it to what you're already doing, and you're drinking water. Now, if you add minerals to it, you're going to give your body the ability to fight off disease, I believe.
The conductivity, the communication, the energy that we need. That's what these electrolytes do. One thing that I find interesting, and this is a great time to point out the fact that, remember, 90% of our brain is water, along with our lungs. I always find that fascinating, that those two, and of course those numbers can differ from research to research, but remember, 90% of our lungs is water. And yet what scares me today, and I think that this is an interest that we have to take serious, I think it's just as serious as taking the virus, is that 75% of our society is deemed chronically dehydrated.
Yeah.
So in this case, what that screams to me is that our lungs are not prepared for this virus, because we're so dehydrated.
Yes.
But if we can hydrate that body properly, and we can, put that foundational balance back into that water, I think that we have a 1-2 combination that, again, we are here to, we shouldn't be fearful. I go back to the same thing that has been mentioned, I don't know how many times, and I think it's cliche now, but, food should be our medicine.
Yes.
And a part of food right now, I would put water as a part of one of the food groups, because we just don't drink enough. So I think that if we take just the basics, and I'm going to keep it very basic here, but you think about this, if we take our body weight and we half it, because everybody is so unique and so different, and one doesn't fit all. But I would say that the way that I like to answer the question when people say, well, how much water should I be drinking right now? I would say that, again, half your body weight in ounces of water daily should be a minimum. So put aside, I think we make it so complex and so sophisticated and so confusing to people that we don't start. And yet I think today is a fantastic day to just start. If you don't like drinking water, spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of lemon, or put a little fruit, and I would say that going a step further with that, we could do, I would tell the listener that we should be eating hydrating foods right now. Fruits and vegetables, live fruits and vegetables. Stay away from cans. And yes, I understand that we have to have a 2-week storage, and we have to have food that maintains itself. But I would say shop the outside aisles of the store right now. Make sure that you're getting those good hydrating foods, so that we can protect our bodies from dehydration. Because remember, dehydration, I believe, when we're dehydrated, our lungs, that mucus lining in our lungs becomes sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is the perfect breeding ground for what we're facing right now, because if we can flush those lungs and remember, water is a great detoxifier.
Yeah.
If we can flush those lungs and keep those lungs fluid and keep those lungs functioning the way that they're intended, we should not have a sticky condition. And of course, we know that with that sticky condition, that is the breeding ground for most dysfunctions. And if we're not,
that's what this electrolyte concentrate has in it. That this is the one that I use with my company, with the Endure.
Yep.
It's clean. It's not sticky. It doesn't have sugars. It's just literally your body absorbs it. That's why it works so quickly, and it just gets the body flushed out with it and clean. Like this, we don't clean our hair with juice. We don't rinse our hair with juice. We rinse it with water, right? And
right.
So when you put something like this in your water, you're going to be able to clean your body out and keep your lungs from being sticky, like you said. That's so good. I've never heard of it like that.
So here's what typically happens is that once we create that environment where the inner mucus becomes sticky, of course, that can breed into just a plethora of different health conditions in the lungs. Bronchitis is one that, again, starts with a cough, right? The body's trying to expel that waste, that excess mucus, but can't because it's sticky. So there's a lot of things out there that, for instance, asthma is another one, that these underlying issues that most people are fearful of. Remember, we have tools in our health toolbox that are so basic, just like you said, and so simple that most people overlook it completely and say, too simple, too basic, can't work for me. Let's give it what do we have to lose right now?
Right. It's so inexpensive too, right? And
yes.
I'm glad you brought that asthma up, because when my daughter was little, she was starting in sports, and it was around 5th grade. We went to the doctor and they're like, oh, we think she has athletic induced asthma. And I was like, that just didn't feel right to me. And they wanted to put her on an inhaler. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And I used these products. I used minerals to build her lung strength back up. And a pharmacist was the one who told me, he said, if you want to do what your natural stuff, you do that. He's like, you can always fill the prescription. And we never did. And I really believe that we were able to build her strength up the right way, get her hydrated, get the minerals in her body that her body can use to heal those lungs and make them strong. And here we are today. She's going to be 22 this year, and she's never had to do any kind of inhaler or anything of the sort. And so it's so, what you said, it's so true. You gotta be hydrated. You gotta have those minerals in your body to let your body heal and repair tissue. I believe minerals, like when I use them with athletes, that's why I started my company. What was I trying to do? I was trying to get them to repair quicker. Right? When I tear them down, and the faster we can get them to restore and repair, the faster they can get the results they want, and the better they are against the who they're going up against, right? And so that's because of minerals.
Oh, absolutely. I think that foundation, does it really matter if you stop to think about what we're talking about today is just the basic fundamental foundation of our health? Does it really matter what we decorate with or what we construct with if our foundations are crumbling? We can bring all the cement to the job site we want because we're bringing tremendous amounts of supplements and nutrients of all types, right? Mm-hmm. We're bringing, all types of drugs to the playing field. But if we don't put the water in conjunction with it, what do we have? It's dry, useless, gray dirt. We have to put the water in to keep that, that's what creates that, to me, that cement, that patchwork for our foundation, so that we, our immune systems function better, our minds function better. Remember, when we're dehydrated, our body functions have to, our brain shrinks, so we get foggy minded, or, we can't think clear. Our heart has to work harder. All of our organs have to work harder when we're dehydrated. So in this case,